That didn't work as planned. Almost took out my mic, Laker fans. Almost took out my mic. That's kind of going to be my, I don't know, when they're sparring and they got the guy going like this. I don't know what the hell's going on. I haven't boxed in, I think, 31 years because that's the last time Lakers won a game. Appreciate you guys being a part of the post-game show here. Lakers over the Clippers, 106-103, the final score. Literally, I haven't squared up and done one of these, I feel like, since 2007. That's how long it's been since the Lakers won a game. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Of course, Lakers beat the Clippers. They don't beat any of these other teams. They don't beat Miami without Jimmy Butler. They don't beat the Chicago Bulls, the New York Knicks with a fully healthy team. They don't beat the, I don't know, go down the list. They get their asses kicked by the Pelicans. They don't beat the Memphis Grizzlies. They beat the team that's won 14 of their last 16 games and is absolutely balling right now. Go figure. Lakers over the Clippers, 106-103. The team that's playing the worst in the NBA versus the team that's playing the best in the NBA. Now is the time that the Lakers decide to win. You guys figure it out because I have no freaking idea why. We got a lot to get into. I want to talk about the defense for the Lakers. It's been non-existent tonight. It was really, really good, like exceptionally good. The Clippers got a top 10 offense in the NBA. They got a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. But the defense was outstanding for the Lakers. That was your foundation. That's the reason why you won the game. There were critical moments in the game where it felt like the Clippers going to take over right now, and the Lakers would get a couple defensive stops. Somebody would hit a big shot. Christian Wood would hit a bucket. D'Angelo actually had some really big shots that I thought were in a key situation. I'll get into D'Lo a little bit later. Taurean Prince had a big shot at the end, but the defense is what set the tone for the Lakers. And if they don't have that defense tonight, they got no shot of winning this game. But the defense gave them a legitimate opportunity to stay in the game for 4 quarters, especially even in the first quarter. They were down 9 in the first quarter. I was still in the media room by the time the beginning of the game started, and by the time I actually took a seat, Lakers were already down 6 or 7, but it was 9 when I was in the media room. It's like, all right, well, this is going to get ugly pretty quick. That didn't happen. So we'll talk about the defense. We'll talk about team win. A lot of guys contributed. If you're going to beat a good team like the Clippers, listen, if the Lakers are going to do anything, it's got to be more than LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Austin Reeves, period. You just can't win. It's not sustainable. A lot of the good teams in the NBA, they got 4 or 5 guys contributing every night, and they got their stars. So we'll spend some time on that. D'Angelo returns. We'll talk about D'Lo's impact, the big shots that he had. And then next game for the Lakers, they take on the Toronto Raptors. We'll preview that, look at the NBA standings, what happened today. A few things went the Lakers' way, and it's all presented by Underdog Fantasy. Appreciate you guys. It's the first time I actually pointed in the right direction. I got it. I was 0 for 38, which feels like what the Lakers have been in their last 38 games. Couple comments here to get things started. Bargain Shopper came out the gate first. She's like, listen, I literally hit that I was going to go live at 9:30, and Bargain Shopper was there. She's like, hey, I'm here. I don't know where everybody else is, but I'm here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's read some of these comments. Sliwa forgets how to box after all these losses. Had no idea. I got knocked out. I tried going under this, and I just kept hitting the mic like I did right there. I had the desk right next to me. I was in a dangerous situation. All right. Bring back a quick sparring session tonight. What the hell was that in the fourth quarter, Sliwa? We'll talk about that. A really, really poor decision by the Lakers. Almost cost them the game. The game, Norman Powell missed a couple shots. He was hot for a period there, hot in the fourth quarter. I don't know what Austin Reeves was doing guarding him. I'm not even talking about that final shot. There's a couple times where Reeves was playing off of him or doubling off of Norman Powell. I'm like, what are you doing? This dude's hitting all his threes. Guard the damn guy. But they did get lucky there towards the end. Okay, a couple more of these. I want to get into it. AS, say it again. Much needed win. Had to have it. All right. Let's see what else we got here. For those who don't know, I have been doing something a little bit different, and Let me go back to this, and then we can start talking about the game. I've been doing something a little bit different. I'm not going live right after the game. I actually find it more beneficial. I want to listen to Coach. I want to take some notes. I want to just have a quick second to prepare a few things for the show so that the quality of the show is just better. Can I be first and try to go live right out the gate? I can, but I don't see that as beneficial as getting a second, listening to Coach, gathering a couple of thoughts based on what Coach says. Obviously what other comments I have after that. Tonight I got to listen to LeBron with Trudell right after the game, so that's much more beneficial to me. So that's probably the theme that I'm going to take moving forward. I think it makes the show better. I think it makes the quality of the content better. I'd rather do that than try to be on right away and less prepared. Okay, let's get into it. Lakers have been struggling. We all know. I don't have to sit here and tell you guys. It's been really, really tough watching Lakers basketball. And somebody like me, who is a fan, right? Always been a fan of Lakers basketball. I genuinely have interest in watching Lakers basketball. But because I also cover the team, and everywhere I turn, I feel like I'm talking about the Lakers, it makes the conversations so much, if you want me to be blunt, shittier. Because there really isn't that much positive outlook over these last couple of weeks. 3-10 in your last 13 games since that in-season tournament. It's like, what the hell happened to this team? There was a point they were 14-9. They were 5 games above 500. And then coming into tonight's game, they were 17-19, 2 games below 500. And before tonight started, if the playoffs were to start a couple hours ago, Lakers wouldn't even be in the play-in tournament. So watching the Lakers in this nosedive against a number of different teams and listening to a lot of excuses, some of them fair, legit, some of them, I get it, I understand it. I think there's a lot of changes to the lineups because we haven't really had a choice because of all the injuries, guys coming in, guys coming out. But then I also think a lot of excuses. It has not been fun watching these games, listening to the games on radio, reacting to it, post-game show, doing all this. I mean, listen, let's put things into perspective. There's definitely a lot more things important in life than a freaking basketball game. But you guys know what I'm talking about, just from a sports perspective. It hasn't been a joy watching this team when I thought coming into this year they would be a joy to watch. Okay, and then we get to tonight. Lakers-Clippers. Clippers had won, was doing the pregame show earlier. They'd won 14 of 16 games. The 2 games that they lost against Boston and OKC, 2 great teams, and Kawhi didn't play in both of those games. So clearly, the Los Angeles Clippers have been doing something right. These Clipper wins, too, look at their point totals, 113, 117, 121, 131. Go back earlier in December. They were putting up 120, 151, 144, 132s. Three things in life that are guaranteed: death, taxes, and sleeveless sneezing. 1 in every 5 post-game shows. Death, taxes, and a sleeveless sneeze. Okay? But I'm going to fight through it. Some people would stop the stream right now. I don't stop the stream right now. Did you see me panic? Did you see me hit? Did you see me abort mission? I didn't abort mission. I'm right here. I'm still here. Okay. Let's go back to what we were talking about. What I was trying to say before I rudely interrupted myself. And I swear on my life, if there's not just Sliwa, bless you, God bless you, you're a soldier for fighting through this. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so Clippers, they've been scoring. They've been putting up points since. Go look at some of their point totals, the 130s, the 150s, whatever. They literally have been putting up numbers like that. Lakers gave 106 tonight. 106 points to the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers have been coming into this game, and they're playing some of the best basketball in the NBA. Youngmisuk, who covers the Clippers and the NBA for ESPN, came on the pregame show and he was describing. I'm like, all right, well, tell us, why are they so good? And you just talking about everything seems so seamless. They got so many weapons. Kawhi is unbelievable. PG can go off. Harden's giving you 21 and 8 a game or 21 and 9 a game. Zubats has a role. Everybody has a role. And they've been so good over this stretch of games, and the Lakers have been so bad over this stretch of games. I thought the tone that was set for the Lakers, that if it was going to happen, it was going to happen on the defensive side. And it's the first thing LeBron mentioned in his post-game interview with Mike Trudell was just that. It was ultimately, at the end of the day, Lakers are going to come into this game. Either they're going to make it happen on the defensive end and give themselves some opportunities, or they're not. I thought coming into this game, it's funny. I was telling somebody, and I had no basis towards this at all. I was telling somebody before the game started in the media room, like, I don't know why, but wouldn't it just be so random for the Lakers to win this game that they're losing to all these? Look, I thought they were going to beat Miami. I was wrong. I thought they were going to beat Memphis. I was wrong. And I'm not telling you that I predicted they were going to beat the Clippers tonight, because if you said, where do you want to put your money? I wouldn't put my money on the Lakers tonight. Why would I? They haven't given me a reason to. But isn't that fitting that the way this team has been, 3-10 in their last 13, and this is the game that they win? I'll point this out, and I think this is the portion that I'm most impressive with the Lakers tonight. Clippers didn't have a quarter where they scored 30 points or more. The Clippers with all those weapons. The Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, James Harden, Norman Powell. Go down the list of all the different players. Terrence Mann, Russell Westbrook, Amir Coffey. Obviously, they got a ton of players that can play. With all these guys, they put up 103 points on the Lakers. And it's not like the Lakers scored 150, but they don't need to. And they didn't need to tonight. And frankly, that's not really their game. So the fact that the Lakers were able to hold the Clippers to 103, they gave up 24 in the first quarter, 29 in the second quarter, 24 and 26. That's your ball game right there. That's how the Lakers won this game. They did it on the defensive side, and give them a lot of credit. I was looking at some of the team stats. Clippers shot 39. They shot under 40% from the field. That's really good defense. And even some of these shots, like PG and his isolation basketball, he's hitting tough shots. Give him credit for hitting the shots. But if you're just hitting a shot and a dude's, it's an 18-foot fadeaway, and there's somebody right in front of you, and you hit that, tip your cap, and you move on. What the hell are you supposed to do? Kawhi Leonard, just 6 of 17 from the field. And, Braun and company made it difficult for Kawhi Leonard. I thought they did a good job on Kawhi. And even, by the way, Paul George, he didn't shoot 50%. He was 8 of 18. So he was closer to 40% like the team was. James Harden was only 4 of 13. So you go up and down that list. Russell Westbrook was 3 of 9. Normal Powell was 3 of 12. You go up and down that list, the Lakers defense was really, really solid tonight. Really, really solid tonight. And that's how they found a way to eventually win this game. I mentioned it's a team win, that the Lakers got a lot of help. I'm gonna bring you guys into this because I think it's good to see for yourself, and we could do it together. Let me share my screen here. All right, 2 seconds. Okay. So look at this for the Lakers. I want you guys to take a quick look at. All right, let me make this a little bigger. Let's go this. Make myself small. Looks better that way. Okay. Look at the Lakers tonight. And this is what I mean, that you had multiple contributors for the Lakers. AD is going to get his 22 and 10, took 15 shots, and 22 is a very low total, by the way, for Anthony Davis. LeBron's going to get his 25, 8, and 7. Let's not pay attention to those two players, because before the game even starts, you already know what those two guys are going to do. This is what they do. This is why they're all-stars. This is why LeBron's considered one of the greatest to ever do it. Is you don't even have to. It's just muscle memory. Yep, Bron, what's he going to get? 25, 8, and 8, 38 and 8, whatever the number is. Anthony Davis is actually a low total for him. Typically, he has a lot higher numbers. But Taurean Prince gave you 13 points tonight. That's all you can ask for from him. By the way, game tied. The ball gets swung to him, top of the key, wide open 3. what was it? A minute left to go, maybe a minute and a half left. Torian Prince hits that three. It's a big time shot. That's what you get paid for. I think that's what Billy Mack and Stu said on the Spectrum broadcast, and he hit that big shot. I want to come down here to Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish arguably won the game for the Lakers tonight with just his energy and his effort. 16 minutes, had 9 points, had 10 rebounds, and only took 6 shots. Had a couple of blocks as well. He was fantastic. I think Christian Wood deserves a lot of credit in this game tonight. Okay, let me keep going here. I think, again, there's a few other guys that I want to point out. Max Christie, 3 of 6 from the field, had 7 points and 3 rebounds. And in a game that was definitely not an Austin Reeves type of game, you could tell that the Clippers were kind of focused on, hey, if we can slow down Austin Reeves, then they got to get all these other players to contribute. And the Lakers, Austin Reeves was slowed down tonight, but the Lakers did come through with some of their other players. That's your ball game right there. You had multiple guys that were able to contribute for you. You weren't dependent on LeBron James and Anthony Davis, which it feels like they're always dependent on just LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And they were able to obviously come out with a W because they didn't have to depend on just 2 guys tonight. So I'll go back to this. Maybe this is going to earn Christian Wood some more minutes. Maybe there's more consistency with Christian Wood moving forward. I don't have an answer for you because I don't think there's been any answer for the Lakers so far this year where we can honestly talk about what the consistency is or who's going to play, and we know who exactly is going to play. I don't want to, try to predict that because I think that portion has been very unpredictable for the Lakers. So I think it's almost irrelevant to try to do so. But
who
Christian
says
Wood,
you can't go for both
tonight, hey, try
Get
to
the brands you want,
try to kind of find me a little bit more. Try to give me more opportunities. Now, when Rui Hachimura comes back, those minutes could very easily be gone, and those minutes could go to Christian Wood. But Christian Wood, at least for one night, made a case to, obviously get him some minutes. Okay, let's see what else we got here. 19 turnovers. They got lucky. Is that the Lakers 19, Clippers at 16? Yeah, that's not a good total. That's not a good total. But you know what? I don't want to call it lucky. Why? Why lucky? Clippers had their chances. I mean, you're right that I would look at it this way. They had 19 turnovers and they were still able to beat the Clippers. And they beat the Lakers or they beat the Clippers because they were playing defense. I don't think anything about tonight was lucky. They didn't have to have. Lucky would be AD had to go for 40 and Bron had to go for 40, and there was another role player that dropped 27 that never drops 27, and the Clippers were just flat out awful. I think the Lakers deserve credit for the field goal percentage that the Clippers shot, which was 40%. Let's put it this way. If the Lakers, if we're not going to call Memphis Grizzlies lucky for hitting 23 3-pointers against the Lakers, over 50%, the worst 3-point shooting team in the NBA, then why should we call tonight lucky? Yeah, some teams, sometimes they hit their shots. Other nights, we can't have it both ways, right? If the Lakers win a game, we should give them credit for it. Just like when they lose a game, we're bashing them like we were over these last couple of nights. Miami, Memphis, and all those other losses. Win is a win. All right, let's see what else we got here.
Going to go to Norman Powell for 3.
Hey, somebody asking, I thought that was interesting. Did Kawhi get injured? I don't think he got injured. I want to see here. I'd like to see post game why he was sitting out. Put him out. I saw Ohm was. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Ohm Young-Misuk, who I mentioned was on the pregame show. Ty Lue says Kawhi came out because he was on a minutes restriction, and Clippers have a back-to-back tomorrow. Kawhi Leonard understood why he wasn't on the floor for most of the final 3 minutes due to his minutes restriction. He said he would love to have players, but knows, or he would love to have played, but he knows Ty Lue had to keep him out then. That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. I mean, personally for me, if I'm in a game that's that close, wouldn't you just want to have your best player close out the game? And if you got the win, just don't play him tomorrow. I don't know. If something's there to if something's there to win, wouldn't you take it? I mean, I'll take it. I'm happy. You said those final 3 minutes as often as you want. Russell and Harden didn't show up. Harden had a rare off game, fortunately for us tonight.
But now you got to step up in his place. Emmanuel quickly was acquired in the trade, passing to his former Knick team.
I feel like there's a lot of people on here just saying that they don't want to give the Lakers some credit for this win. I'll give him credit for it. I'll give him credit. I've got no problem with him.
That would be terrific. And defensive rebounding,
this is Slee flu.
You got to do it. You got to dig in. And it's a good team to see this lineup against with the athleticism and the length.
What do you consider this?
The Toronto Raptors team see the Warriors. They try to stop on that side. Another turnover here. Warriors with 4 giveaways and Barrett another layup.
In my
Please fix the audio.
It was great.
You got an audio issue?
Had a great coach and Rudy T, great person as well, and tremendous guy to coach.
How to stick in this league. Just figure out what you do well. You can be an amazing rebounder. There's a place for you on the team. You can be a lockdown defender as Barrett knocks down a 3. The Warriors are 3 of 17.
Oh, got it. My bad, guys. Are we back? All right, let me check here. Is that good? Background audio. What we got here? What's the background audio? All right, you guys tell me if that's good. Okay, my bad. My bad, guys. My bad, people. My bad, guys. My bad. I think when I was playing it, I think because I was sharing, it was playing whatever audio was on there. So my apologies. My apologies there. My apologies. My bad, guys. My bad, guys. Okay. Let me get hopefully that wasn't going on for a while. My apologies there. Let me talk D'Lo here real quick. D'Angelo Russell. So D'Lo comes back tonight. If you look at D'Lo, and on purpose, I wasn't really reading D'Lo's stats. It's because I wanted to do D'Lo on his own. So D'Angelo, my bad on the audio. My bad on the audio. Okay, D'Lo, I wanted to do him on his own because D'Lo's a good conversation. He always is, and he's been out for a couple of games. So D'Angelo Russell comes back. What's his impact going to be? How much does he help the game? So if I just read to you D'Lo's stats, just his stats, 5 of 14 from the field, took 9 threes, hit 3 of them, 13.6 assists. If I just read you the stats, I would say, okay, well, nothing special there. He did not shoot efficiently. 5 of 14 is nothing to be proud about or nothing to be crazy about. So that would be my initial reaction if I was reading you D'Lo's stats. It's okay, nothing crazy, not that big of a deal. That's how I would look at D'Angelo Russell's game. But let me look a little bit deeper. There was, I thought, a very, very critical stage in the game. Lakers were down 4, and I think they got a little fortunate because the Clippers, I thought, got greedy and started taking some bad shots. Were going for the kill. Clippers were up 4. And I remember, I think PG came down, pulled up, and took a 3. Russ pulled up and at some point took a 3. They had probably 3 chances to take that lead from 4 to 6. And I don't know why I felt like that was such a big deal. If Clippers can get it to 6, one stop, now you could get it to 8 or 9. And you could really discourage the Lakers. That's the way I was looking at those possessions. Clippers didn't capitalize. The lead stayed at 4. D'Lo hits a 3. Next possession down, maybe 2 possessions down, something like that. D'Lo hits another 3. So Lakers, instead of going down 6 or 7, D'Lo hits 2 threes in a row. Now they're up 2. It might have been when LeBron checked out. I can't remember when exactly what it was, but I thought they were 2 critical shots from D'Angelo. D'Lo's got that. He doesn't depend on his athleticism to take a shot. It's almost like if you ever played, pickup basketball, there's always a guy that's not that athletic, but If he just gets his shot off, doesn't have to jump very high. It's muscle memory, right? And D'Lo has a little bit of that kind of old school, old guy at the gym. It's just muscle memory. If I get the shot off, I don't have to. It doesn't have to be perfect form, this, that. I don't have to get my legs under it. If I just get the shot off, I'm going to make it happen. D'Lo hits 2 key threes, I thought, in the game, and then had another bucket a little bit later on. D'Lo's 31 minutes were impactful tonight because of that stretch that I'm talking about. And they're also just, it gave the Lakers something that they don't really have. It gave them another threat on offense. Cam Reddish is not a threat on offense. Jared Vanderbilt's not a threat on offense. There's a lot of guys that the Lakers have right now you can't really look at and, what's Christian Wood? I have no idea what's going to give you. Taurean Prince sometimes is going to shoot 50% like he shot today, 4 of 8, or he's going to shoot 2 of 13. I don't know what Taurean Prince is going to give you. That's why D'Lo becomes so critical on this team if he is on this team, and he's here past the trade deadline, and they're trying to make some kind of run or some move or whatever the case is. He's got to be effective offensively. He wasn't efficient, but like I said, he set up some guys, made their life a little bit easier, had a couple nice passes, one to Max Christie. Christie hit a 3. It's another ball handler that when he's not there, you do feel that he's not there. But I thought those couple of threes that he hit were solid, were important, and were certainly an impactful stage of the game. Okay. Richard, thank you for the super. By the way, if you send in a super, greatly appreciate it. If you send in a super, it's going to get read 100%. Okay. Love this W against the Clippers. Also, my Bills just won the AFC tonight. It's a good night for me, Slee. Richard, congratulations on your Bills. Yeah, I was watching part of that game during the Lakers game. I just saw Josh Allen's 2 picks in the end zone. I think both were in the end zone. They're down, 14-7 at halftime. And then late in the fourth quarter, I tuned in and I thought it was 21-14. So, Richard, good luck with your Bills. I got no dog in the fight here. Okay, let me go back to a couple of these comments here. Let me see what some of the people are thinking about D'Angelo Russell. Okay. How's wrong with my audio, Al? Get your shit together, Slee. Freaking live here. Okay. Ham still needs to go. Oh, man. That's a lot. All right. Let's see what we got. Too many turnovers still. We need a real point guard. Okay. Pale Fox, I am crazy proud of D'Lo. Okay. D'Lo deserves a good bit of flowers tonight in his return. Timely buckets in the second half. That's all I'm really talking about. More than anything else, it's just how timely the shots were. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so these are the stats. But again, if you're just looking at the stats, then you're not going to think much of D'Lo's night. But I don't think you could look at that. You got to look at when he hit the shots. I thought timely shots. I thought those were important. All right, huge shots for D'Lo. Cam hit 2 big threes. You're right about that. Cam also, dude, was a turnover machine tonight. What do you have? 5 turnovers? Has Cam Reddish have 5 turnovers in a game? Guy doesn't have that ball. It's almost as if point guards who have the ball in their hands all game, that's the only one that you could say, okay, well, I understand why he had 5 turnovers because it's still an awful game. Can't have 5 turnovers. Cam Reddish doesn't have the ball in his hand the entire game. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see here. Okay, that's most of the comments on D'Lo. That's most of the comments. Okay, 2 things we're going to do here real quick. Let's do a quick little roll call. It's been a while since we've done roll call. If you have if you want to let me know where you're tuning in from, either somewhere out here in Cali, a different state, a different country, It's been a while since we've done roll call, so feel free to put in where you're tuning in from, and I'll do my best to try to give you a quick little shout out here. Plus Underdog Fantasy. They are a proud partner of Hoops Talk here. Very, very, very happy to have them as a partner. For those who don't know, if you're a fan of daily fantasy sports, Underdog Fantasy is a great place to play, and they're doing a $100 deposit match right now. So if you put $100, you got to put my code HoopsLA. You put the code HoopsLA so my channel gets credit for it. But if you go on DFS, Daily Fantasy Sports, and you use Underdog Fantasy, you put your email, you put all that information in, whatever amount of money that you put in, they'll match up to $100 of your first deposit. You put in $50, they'll match it. You'll have $100 there, $50 free dollars to play with. You put $100, you have $100 free dollars to play with. I put in my picks for tomorrow. I always do pick 'em. I always do pregame games that are coming up, and I always do NBA. That's just my preference, but you don't have to do just NBA. You can see here NFL, college basketball, college football tomorrow if you want to play the Michigan-Washington game. There's one game going on tomorrow, Boston, Indiana. I thought that was kind of a fun game. Jason Tatum, all you got to do is pick higher or lower. Then here's Jason Tatum's total. It's 29.5 points. I picked lower. Tyrese Halliburton, let's see what I got here. I picked higher. So his 23.5 points. I put my bet in, put $20 in there, play, confirm, done. That's it. That's as long as it takes. It goes really fast. It kind of makes the games a little bit more exciting. If you got any issue, 1-800-GAMBLER. Obviously, everybody's trying to play small amounts. You're doing it just for fun and things along those lines. But like I said, if you have an issue, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Underdog Fantasy, proud partner here of Hoops Talk. Make sure you use that code HoopsLA. Okay. Let's see a couple of these. I want two more things that I want to do. I want to go through where the Lakers are right now in the standings. And then I also want to talk about that Lakers game coming up against the Toronto Raptors. And the last thing I'll do is I started something on Saturday that I want to talk a little bit further on, and we'll go from there. Santa Fe, New Mexico, thank you for being a part of the show. Rochester, New York. The DBC, Commerce, California. LA in the house. Los Angeles, California. Anaheim, Temple City, New Jersey. LBC. Clovis, California. El Paso, Barstow, Vegas. Let's see what else we got here. Newport in the house. Singapore, Asia. Thank you for tuning into the house. El Paso Bar in Jamaica, New York. Okay. All right. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Little Italy, Vegas. Cal State, Fullerton. Santa Fe Springs in the house. Near Olympic and Figueroa. Belgium in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. Clemson. Echo Park. Somebody wants me out there at Echo Park. I like that. New York City, El Monte, Estonia, University of Newcastle, Seth from College Station, Texas. Thank you for being a part of the show. San Antonio, Texas in the house. Third and Fairfax in the house. San Jose, Costa Rica in the house. I appreciate you all for being a part of the show. Thank you. If I missed you, my apologies. I'll do my best to sprinkle them in. I'll try to get to you as we go. So NBA standings. Where are the Lakers now? So as of this morning, when the Lakers were getting ready to play tonight, they weren't even in the play-in tournament. But since the Warriors lost tonight, Phoenix lost helps as well. Lakers are back in the 10th spot. So they're up by half a game on the Golden State Warriors. You know, it's kind of crazy. So the rest of the week for the Lake Show, by the way, Memphis is not out of this thing as well. You know, we'll see what ends up happening with them, but watch for them to start getting back into the mix. What's crazy for the Lakers, their next 3 games, they got Toronto, Phoenix, and at Utah. So that's the next 3 games for the Lakers. The Raptors, who are sitting at 15-21 on the season. I want to look at one thing with the Raptors because I think they won earlier today against the Warriors. They did put up 133 against the Warriors. RJ Barrett, who just started, obviously is now a part of the Golden State Warriors. OG Anunoby got traded to New York. He put up 37 for them. I don't know what's going to happen with the Raptors. Looks like they're potentially shopping Pascal Siakam. Last week, it looked like there was a chance he might go to the Sacramento Kings. Imagine that. What that does to the Western Conference as well. But ultimately for the Lakers, they're playing teams that you would think, oh, yeah, they're fine. They got Toronto coming up on Tuesday. No, Toronto's young, athletic. They'll run up and down the floor. They'll play hard. That's not a guarantee. Phoenix, we know the talent that the Suns have. Now, the Lakers have already beat them 2 or 3 times this year. I wonder if this is the last matchup they have against Phoenix. I feel like we've played the Phoenix. Did we play the Suns twice in the preseason too? I feel like we've played the Suns 9 times already. But they do got Toronto coming up on Tuesday. The Phoenix and Utah game all of a sudden become interesting games, at least to me, because of where the Lakers are in the standings now. Phoenix is sitting in 9th. Lakers are sitting in 10th. Utah has won 7 of their last 10 games. That's going to be a tough game in Utah. So Utah now is just a game and a half behind the Lakers for that final spot. So the rest of this week for the Lakers, it's interesting for the reasons that I just said. It's interesting because no game is guaranteed for the Lakers because of how they're doing. And these are the types of games where you would have thought, oh, yeah, Lakers are in good shape because of the teams that they're playing. No, each one of these teams can beat the Lakers. I mean, the Phoenix game coming up on Thursday, Phoenix lost to Memphis today, but KD was there. Bradley Beal played, Devin Booker. So we've yet to see all 3 of those guys play against the Lakers. And you got to imagine at some point that team's going to start making some type of a run, but that hasn't exactly happened. So even though the Lakers got these, obviously these few games coming up, Toronto is, I think, the only thing that you should worry about now. Can you take a good win against the Clippers and build from it? One of the problems that I've noticed with the Lakers is it's haven't been able to really build any momentum. And every time they get a win, they got that win. Who was it against the Oklahoma City Thunder? And you thought when they beat the Thunder on the road, it's like, okay, hey, maybe we can, build some momentum here. Okay, let me go back here. You got the win against the Pacers in the in-season tournament. Now everybody's thinking, wow, watch out for the Lakers. Hey, they're going to build momentum. They're going to go. No. Actually, right after that, they lost against Dallas. Then they went on that 4-game losing streak. Spurs, Knicks, Bulls, and Timberwolves. They beat the Thunder. Oh, you know what? Maybe they can start building some momentum off that. Lose to the Celtics. Beat Charlotte, but me and 4 people on this chat on this channel can beat the Hornets as well. They built no momentum after that. They lost to the Timberwolves, Pelicans, Heat, Grizzlies, and now they beat the Clippers. The next challenge for the Lakers is going to be, can you build momentum? Can you somehow find a way to go on a 2, 3, 4-game winning streak just to get a couple games over 500? Just start in your own head believing, okay, hey, that was just a bad stretch, but that's not who we are. We're a much better team than the team that we've been over these last couple of weeks. Okay, let me read off a couple more of these, and then we're going to call it a night. Portland, Maine, thank you for being a part of the show. Third shift UPS driver. Thank you for being in the house. Houston, Texas in the house. I know. Isn't that sad? I'm talking about us being a playing team. Sliwa is the only person with access to the standings. That's correct. Nobody else has it. I get it every night. The NBA faxes it to me. Back in 10th place. Toronto is good. I'm worried about Toronto. I'm worried about teams who are athletic and have nothing to lose. They'll run up and down the floor, and that's what the Raptors are going to be. And the one thing with Toronto is they got a squad where it does take team effort to win, and we saw what Miami did, and we saw what Memphis did, that you got multiple guys contributing. All right, let's see what we got. Inglewood in the house. Couple fist bumps in the house for some of my people out there. Okay, last thing I'm going to mention here, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. So I started this thing on Saturday, was the first time I did it. Just kind of recently came up. I've been wanting to do something on a weekly basis, and I think it's going to evolve into something different. So I did my Hoops Talk Weekly, episode number 1. I did that on Saturday. What I'm going to try to do most of the time is have a guest for that show on Saturdays. It's going to be Saturdays if Lakers don't play Saturday. It's going to be Sundays if Lakers play Saturday. So, for example, Lakers have a game this Saturday against Utah, so I'm going to do it on Sunday. My guest on Sunday will be Trevor Lane, Lakers Nation. But this is not just going to be just strictly a Lakers basketball conversation. It's also going to be about, let's get to know Trevor Lane a little bit. Trevor Lane I've been friends with for a long time. How Trevor Lane got into the industry, how Trevor Lane became a Laker fan, how Trevor Lane has built, in my opinion, one of the best Laker channels out there. He's been an integral part of Lakers Nation and building what they've built. So a lot of this is going to be, yes, we're going to talk Lakers hoops, but it's also going to be, let's get to know Trevor Lane, behind the scenes with Trevor Lane type of a thing. And every week, I'm going to try to have a different guest on that I think is interesting, that I think is going to not just add some content around Lakers basketball, but that I find intriguing, that I want to know more about that individual and that person. So this Sunday, me and Trevor Lane, you know what's crazy? I've never had a guest on this, on my YouTube show. Yes, I've put a lot of stuff that I've done on radio. I've taken that and I've put it on the channel. But that's me doing a radio show, and I'm just taking that and I'm obviously putting it on my channel. But actually having a guest on the channel, Trevor Lane will be my first one. And there's a reason why I picked Trevor Lane. Respect his work. Love the guy. He's a good dude. And he's done an unbelievable job in the space. So I want to spend some time talking to Trevor. So Trevor Lane, him and I will do a show on Sunday. I'll post it at some point on Sunday. It's called Hoops Talk Weekly. That will be episode number 2. So just to kind of give you guys an idea, conceptually, that's what I'm going to do on the weekends. Okay. That's all I got, Laker fans. That's all I got. People want to see the machine. I should just take all this and send it to Sasha. And say, hey, Sasha, remember when like 2 years ago I thought I was going to have you on, and I told everybody I thought I was going to have you on, and then it never happened? What do you think? One of these times? But I'll be working on all that stuff. Do me a favor, guys. If you guys don't mind, subscribe to the channel. We'll greatly appreciate that. Hope you guys have a great Monday. Get your week off to a great start. Whatever it is that you guys do, whatever industry that you're in, wishing you guys obviously a great week coming up. Lakers over the Clippers, 106-103 the final score. I got Lakers Talk tomorrow on radio. Tuesday, I'll be back here as well. If you guys want to hear me on 710 ESPN, I'll be on in the morning as well with Travis Rogers. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show.